To smile or not. Good morning, Ambassador. Let me start by asking you about this new landscape unfolding. Revolutionary Guard officials are saying we will not go back to war now, and the impression across the region is that we will see more de-escalation. But then came the U.S. attack on boats trying to lay mines and the Lark Island. So still a great state of uncertainty. What do you make of it?
Thank you so much for having me, and that describes it perfectly. There are tensions, strong tensions on both sides. From the United States side, as we've heard with the reaction, the strong reaction from many Republican members of Congress and supporters of Israel, that this desire to push forward militarily to indeed get a better deal, to get that submission, that uncle that President Trump promised at the beginning of this conflict. But the reality is, President Trump appears to recognize there are no good choices ahead, one way or the other. And if he gives in to those hardliners, that will not improve the United States' position, certainly not without a significant cost to the world economy and his standing within the United States. On the other hand, the Iranians are not without constraints as well. We've seen they've had to release the internet again, at least partially in Iran, because of the economic devastation the lack of it has caused, along with the American blockade, along with the sanctions and the freeze of assets. Both sides desperately need an off ramp and way out. So we will see this tension, as I mentioned earlier, and we will see which side, which weight of the need to get that off ramp, or the hardliners, certainly on the American side, send us back to an open conflict.
Ambassador, do you think President Trump was perhaps too eager to find a deal with Iran, having found himself in this crisis, and that there are hawkish figures in the Republican Party who restrained him and urged the attack on boats and Lark Island? Do you think President Trump was too eager or too pushy for a deal, knowing that he is a pragmatic person and he does not filter his thoughts?
He does not. However, I would not describe the president as too eager. I think it is a reflection of the reality in front of him. In spite of what the hardliners may say, there is no cost free way of resuming a hot war. There is no doubt that the Iranians maintain a significant amount of military assets that would allow them to retaliate if there is a serious strike on Iran or indeed a ground invasion. Our allies in the Gulf know this. The world knows this, and already we have the cessation of passage through the Strait of Hormuz. It is urgent to get that strait opened, reopened again, to get tankers flowing, to get commodities flowing, to get oil flowing. So I don't believe that anyone should rightly describe him as too eager. It is a recognition that he doesn't have good choices ahead. The American people have not supported the war from the beginning. The allies in the Gulf know that they will bear the cost if indeed a hot war resumes. It won't be most devastating on Israel. It'll be on the United Arab Emirates, Qatar, Saudi, others in the Gulf. And so He's doing what he has to do if indeed he can get there, because we know he has very thin skin, that he takes in information, but he is very mercurial. He doesn't hold it. His own ego is very important in this, and he does believe he needs to find a way to describe it as a win. But in the end, he maintains a firm hold over his party, over his base, and it is likely that he will manage it if he can indeed bring about a cessation of hostilities.
So we had to miss that last bit about the Republicans. I think we talked about his ego and trying to portray this as a win, but then, or as a victory. But then, just the last bit, we had to drop that because he was trying to interrupt you.